Have you ever taken the time to go back through your old notes, your old journals, old scrapbooks, and just kind of review what you'd planned your life to be and compare it with where you are now? I find that I'm doing that a lot with this project as I try to keep myself on track, try to make sure that I am still headed towards the goal that I'd originally set for myself. I've got a handful of papers right now that I'd printed out about this project back when it was called Disappearing America. Um, the original goal was to stay out for just a year and travel around in a very, very cheap motorhome. Oh gosh, what does it say here? I was going to get a $6,000 1987 Holiday Rambler. What a mess. I was also going to use a lot of the equipment that I already had and do this as cheaply as possible. The project obviously has evolved. My original goal, as far as traveling, was to leave San Diego and head out to the Salton Sea, up to Redding for the veggie oil conversion, drive through Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, looking for the wild mustangs, spend a summer in Alaska, head to Idaho and Utah and Las Vegas to shoot the old boneyard in Vegas where all the old neon signs are, head to the airplane graveyard in Tucson, New Mexico, Louisiana, running down the southern coast, travel to Florida, the Everglades, down into Key West, back up into the eastern states, the Appalachian Trail, the Blue Ridge Mountains, Smokies, shooting industries of the Northeast, steel mills, warehouses, train yards, the Rust Belt. Heading back south for a certain time, down into the heartland to shoot the wide open spaces. I had this little zigzag pattern all sketched out. I've got a little map in my hand right here of where I would spend my various spring, summer, fall, winter as I go all over the United States. Well, life has a way of throwing you curveballs, and I've hit a few of them and I've missed a few of them. I've gotten a lot of delays along this trip. Veggie oil conversions took a little bit longer than expected. Financial worries are currently holding me up. But the main goal of the project, the mission, I guess you could call it, is essentially the same. My original mission was, and you've probably heard this line before, America as we know it is changing fast. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change destroys the things we love about our country. This project will preserve, through the art of photography, those things that make our experiences in America wondrous before they are lost forever. Now, a lot of people told me that had kind of a negative tone to it, so I dressed it up a little bit and changed it around. And it's also evolved on its own. It's evolved to include an educational component. And one of the things I have to do with this project is show people what's out in America. Most people don't get a chance to see this great country of ours. So I try to tell the stories through words and images of what this country is all about. Not only the landscapes, but the cultures, the people, the towns. And in addition to education, there's a conservation component too. Once this project starts making some money, I would definitely like to contribute some of the profits towards conserving some of the areas I've visited, some of these important places that are in danger of disappearing. But as they say, I digress. Back to the old notes, the journals, and comparing these notes to what's going on now. I had a little task list, probably written in 2005. I was going to do a daily personal journal, which I think might start becoming an audio journal. I was planning on doing weekly weblogs to the website, telling stories, listing my itinerary, adding weekly photo and video updates to the website, doing regular magazine articles, doing interviews, giving presentations. And if you follow this project at all, you'll see that it is still on track. All of those things that I'd planned out in the beginning are being accomplished on a regular basis today. So if you don't already journal or keep a notebook, I'd recommend doing so. It's Very handy, very helpful, helps you organize your thoughts, lets you vent without upsetting other people. You can actually go back through your notes and say, oh my God, I'm glad I didn't actually say that. And it's a good way to monitor the progress of your life or any particular project that you're working on. In my case, my Vanishing America project. But if you're going to journal, make sure it's easy to do. If you carry a laptop around with you all the time and you're constantly online, your journal can be on your computer. If you don't carry your laptop, take a little notebook that's easy to write in. I take one with me when I go out to restaurants, when I go out to little bars in various towns to meet people. I'm constantly taking notes. But you got to make sure that it's easy to do. Otherwise, you're just not going to do it, and then what's the point? There are a lot of great journal manufacturers that you can find online. I tend to prefer a very rustic, weather-worn leather journal with blank pages. I don't like the lined pages. I like to be able to sketch, etc. in mine, even paste pictures and little tokens inside it. You can find a lot of these handmade. They're very affordable. Some of them can get pretty expensive, but if you're interested in those kind, definitely check out jennybick.com, JENNIBICK.com, rusticleather.com, and roguejournals.com, just to name a few. My friend Julie actually got me started on the old leather-bound journals. She bought me a couple of them, and I've been using them ever since. And I plan on adding much more to my collection as I go on. So until next time, this is Holt Webb with the Vanishing America Project. You can find out additional information at www.vanishingamerica.net. You can check out the videos at youtube.com/HoltWebb. And I'm going to leave you with a little song from a friend of mine named Andy Ard. That's what she did to me.
She's a killer, she'll tear your heart out. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. Put your head up on a silver tray, do it to someone else the very next day. Get any closer and man, you'll see that's what you did to me. Take another look before you mess around. She'll let you fall in love and then she'll get out of town and have your heart so hanging by a string and leave you sad and lonely while she's doing her thing. At least I hope so, cause brother, you see, that's what you did to me. No, don't go below the line, she's feeding you. She'll leave you sad and lonely and blue. A star all over you just for something to do. Gonna love. Trust me, brother, I know what she's thinking of. I know because I stole her from another man. Now he and I are victims of the same old plan. Soon you'll be joining us, the membership's free. Cause that's what you did to me. That's what you did to me.